Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Chicago Fire loses 3 important characters in Season 14, but one of them is inevitably returning, which would be exciting if it were the right firefighter. Ahead of the Season 13 finale, news broke regarding the exits of Daniel Kinney and Jake Lockett, who play Ritter and Carver, respectively. Then, it was announced that Michael Bradway wouldn't return as Damon either. The network's budget cuts are the cause of Kinney and Lockett's exits. Bradway, who recently joined the cast of an upcoming Amazon Prime Video series, is leaving Chicago Fire due to a schedule conflict. Thus, Kinney has returned to wrap up his character's story, and Lockett and Bradway bid farewell to the NBC procedural drama series prior to the Season 14 premiere. Ritter is expected to return later in Chicago Fire Season 14. Ritter will say goodbye at the beginning of the season. The Chicago Fire Season 14 premiere hints at how the show will write out Ritter, as it features him going to New York City to visit his ex-boyfriend, Dwayne. Dwayne got shot, and Ritter is by his hospital bedside when he wakes up in Kicking Down Doors. Based on this development, Ritter's move to New York to be with Dwayne is inevitable. It remains unknown when Ritter will make this big decision on the original One Chicago TV show. However, it's bound to happen within the next few episodes. Kinney's character is expected to say goodbye to his Firehouse 51 finale sometime at the beginning of Season 14. While speaking with TV Insider following the airing of the Season 14 premiere, Chicago Fire showrunner Andrea Newman commented on Ritter's exit. Since it's still unclear when he's leaving, Newman was asked about Kinney's last episode. The NBC procedural drama's showrunner didn't give a clear response, but she did reveal some shocking information about Ritter and his return. Newman said, "Even though Ritter is leaving Chicago Fire in Season 14, the plan is to bring him back in the latter episodes." Given Newman's statement, Kinney will likely reprise his role sooner rather than later, but only as a guest star. The actor won't remain a series regular. Nevertheless, Ritter isn't the character who should return to Firehouse 51. Carver is. Chicago Fire is doing right by Ritter, but is still disappointingly neglecting Carver. Carver deserves better. Of course, Ritter getting the chance to come back and properly close out his story in Chicago Fire Season 14 is exciting and well-deserved. Kinney has been on the show for so many seasons. It wouldn't be right if his character's exit came down to a throwaway line made by his former colleagues, like how Mouch briefly mentions Damon's transfer in the premiere. However, perhaps Ritter's return at the end of Season 14 is unnecessary, especially if the option to bring back Carver is on the table. Unlike Ritter, Carver's exit was rushed and confusing. The Chicago Fire Season 13 finale randomly revealed that Lockett's character was contemplating a transfer to the Denver Fire Department, and he was gone by the time Season 14 opened. Carver moved to Denver even after he kissed Violet Mikami and declared his love for her at the end of Chicago Fire Season 13. One might have thought that the long overdue moment between Carver and Violet would convince him to stay at Firehouse 51. Instead, the two characters have cut off contact with one another completely in Season 14. Yes, it's understandable why Carver would want to start over in a different city, given everything he has been through. However, it doesn't make much sense why he would so easily give up what he has with Violet to go to Denver. As such, the Chicago Fire writers left many questions unanswered concerning Carver's story, and they can't ignore them forever. How Carver can still come back to Chicago Fire? The door is open for Jake Lockett's return. It would be quite disappointing if the Chicago Fire Season 13 finale was truly Carver's last appearance on the show. He deserves better than a rushed exit, as does Carver and Violet's relationship. The series spent so much time building up to the moment that the Firehouse 51 couple shared at the finale's end, but it was seemingly all for nothing. Hopefully, Lockett gets the chance to reprise his role as Carver in future episodes. Just like Kinney will return as Ritter in Season 14. Carver could come back for a short visit. Perhaps he needs to tie up some loose ends, and while there, Carver and Violet could get real closure. Or Lockett could return to Firehouse 51 permanently, but that's improbable. Unfortunately, Carver isn't expected to appear in Season 14, as of the writing of this article. He is seemingly gone and forgotten, which is utterly frustrating. The good news is that there is always a chance that Lockett will reprise his role as Carver sometime in the future. For now, though, fans must make peace with Carver's Chicago Fire exit. New episodes of Chicago Fire Season 14 air on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC, following Chicago Med Season 11 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and preceding Chicago PD Season 13 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Enjoy Screen Rant's primetime coverage? Click below to sign up for our weekly Network TV newsletter. Make sure to check Network TV in your preferences and get the inside scoop from actors and showrunners on your favorite series. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my sister wives to our channel and stay with TS.